The next stage is to cut and splice a pair of lemonwood tapers. Frequently lemonwood is only available in shorter lengths, and by cutting and splicing it you actually match the wood in the top and bottom limb, which makes a much better balanced bow than if it were a full length piece. So this is in actual fact no bad thing. We cut a taper on the circular saw and then cut another piece alongside it so that the two pieces come out of the same section of log. Having cut the tapers, we then mark them top and bottom so we know which way around the bow is going to be, and then mark onto them the V-splice that we're going to cut and glue. Below the marked one you'll see a finished one. Carefully using the bandsaw, we follow the marked line, removing the waste material. And then we carefully dress the cut until the V-splice is a near perfect fit. And once the two pieces have been put together, even dry, they stay together. We have several racks of laminations in the workshop that have been prepared well in advance of when we're going to use them, so that they're thoroughly dried and cured. The next stage is to machine the wood to an accurate, parallel, smooth finish, which is done using a sander thicknesser. Each piece of wood is measured so that we know how much of each material we've got going into the bow, which will determine the final draw weight of the finished item. Glue is carefully prepared and mixed, and this is done not necessarily according to the manufacturer's instructions, but to a somewhat wetter mix, and there are good reasons for this. Many of the woods we're using aren't that easy to glue, and we've developed a gluing method that works very well indeed, such that we've never had a lamination delaminate along its glue line. Hickory in particular is awkward because it loves moisture, so if you mix the glue according to the manufacturer's instructions, you tend to get an over dry glue line because the hickory will suck the moisture out of the glue. To prevent this happening, we mix the glue wetter than is recommended, and then we seal the glue and the bow using parcel tape to keep the air off it. This retards the gluing time. So we align the laminations on the former, wrap it in parcel tape, and then when it's all secured in place, we wrap it again using rubbers to apply a constant pressure during the curing process. Once the bow has been glued onto the former, we allow it a minimum of 48 hours to cure before we remove the rubbers and remove the bow from the former. It'll be a further 48 hours after that that the bow is cut out, sanded to shape and tillered.